Why are you pushing this bill that would legalize hate and homophobia in Ghana?
So in this video, Honorable Sam George, who is a member of parliament in Ghana, was being interviewed by a journalist from CNN Africa, and it had to do with the anti-LGBTQ plus law or bill that was the parliament is planning to pass in Ghana, making that sexual orientation an illegal act to be practiced within the confine of the Ghanaian country. So let's watch the video whilst I make my comment to it.
Why are you pushing this bill that would legalize hate and homophobia in Ghana?
A very good afternoon to your viewers, and I do not understand what you mean by pushing a bill that will legalize hate and homophobia. It's a bill to promote proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values. If you have another bill you're talking about, then maybe you've got the wrong man. But if you're talking to me about the bill I'm sponsoring in Parliament, it is to promote proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values.
What are these Ghanaian?
You know, the first problem I have with those who advocate for this LGBTQ plus community is the fact that the moment somebody tell you that this is their sexual orientation, maybe they are lesbian or they are gay, and then you don't accept that ideology, instantly they take the position of a victim. They victimize themselves, and then they make it look like you hate them because you do not accept the ideology. But the fact that I love you does not mean I will always agree with you. I can love you and disagree with you. And what we are even talking about has nothing to do with individual preference or whether I like a person or I don't. The matters at hand is actually asking ourselves that this sexual ideology, this sexual orientation, the LGBTQ plus, is it consistent with the African framework, with the African social framework? Is it consistent with our tradition? Is it consistent with our moral compass? Is it consistent with our belief and our creed? And so if it's something that is not consistent with the African belief and African value, then we can't accept it. And the fact that we do not accept the ideology and that sexual perversion does not mean we hate the people. It only means that we do not agree and we do not welcome it in our society. Let's continue.
Family values in your mind, sir. What do you consider Ghanaian family values?
Article 39 of the Ghanaian Constitution is clear that the state shall take steps to inculcate the right Ghanaian values, customary values, into society. The Constitution of Ghana makes the states clearly that the National House of Chiefs is the custodian of Ghana's custom. This bill is supported by the Ghana National House of Chiefs. Our fourth consultative forum, which was held in the Ashanti regional capital of Kumasi, was actually sponsored by the National House of Chiefs. And the president of the National House of Chiefs spoke extensively at that conference where Ghanaian culture forbids homosexuality. And so Ghanaian culture,
these members of the LGBT community we're speaking to, sir, are also Ghanaians. They are also Ghanaian. They are part of Ghanaian culture, and they're saying they're gay, they're transsexual, they're bisexual. They are also Ghanaians.
Some of the individuals who were involved in planning terror attacks in America are American citizens. Is it American culture to kill people?
You know, it's amazing what Sam George is saying. You know, when you come to Africa, or when you come to the Ghanaian culture or the Ghanaian social framework, it is not just that a sect of maybe a religious sect like the Christian society or the Christian fraternity or the Islam community is just against this sexual orientation. You have the main pillars. For example, when you take the religious community, you have Islam, you have Christianity, you have the traditional people. All these major religious belief systems are against this sexual orientation. So it's not just that a sect of people are trying to prohibit this thing. It's that the whole Ghanaian culture, like everything about our culture, our religion, our belief system, our creed, is against this ideology. And just because you have some few people who like the idea does not mean that the entire Ghanaian people or the entire Ghanaian culture should embrace this ideology because some 1 or 2% of people that live within Ghana like the idea.
That's a false. That's not the same comparison. But what I want to focus on
Who
here
says it's
is
not the same comparison? You are telling me that because we have people who are carrying out an activity that is illegal per our laws already, and our culture frowns on it because they are found in our jurisdiction, that is our culture.
there
Is it
were many
American
things that
culture
were
to take a gun to
illegal
school
that
and
are
shoot innocent
unjust.
children and teachers?
Honorable MP, there are many things that were illegal that were unjust, and those laws were changed because they are unjust.
Well, laws are a reflection of society. Until 1960, American society did not find women fit to vote, and so women did not vote there. When they found them fit to vote, society evolved. Society evolves. At this point in time, the Ghanaian society is in a position where it says it is not welcoming of homosexuality, and any other person must respect the views of Ghanaian society. The CDD, which is a far-right liberal think tank here in Ghana, carried out research which was published on the 1st of July. In fact, the academics who have sent in a memo against this bill have 2 of their fellows, the CDD's fellows in there, the Center for Democracy in Ghana, Democratic Development. They've been clear. Ghanaians are 97% tolerant of Ghanaians of different ethnicity, 94% tolerant of people of different religion, 91% tolerant of persons of different political persuasions, 71% tolerant of migrants and foreigners, but only 7% tolerant of homosexuality. That is the system, that is the society of Ghana.
What's your reaction to the members of the LGBT community, sir, that we've been speaking to, who tell us they're afraid for their lives when this bill passes, if this bill passes, that they're afraid to even leave their homes?
Well,
we need to clarify this. If somebody is practicing something that is not acceptable, and that a whole nation has come together to declare that act as illegal, the best thing we can do for such an individual is that there has to be a system of reorientation for them. But then to say that just because somebody that is a gay or lesbian is now afraid of their life because they're going to practice their sexual perversion and they're going to be caught and arrested and punished by the law, and so we have to, because of what they might go through, avert the whole passing of the bill, it's ludicrous and it doesn't make sense at all. It's just like saying that a thief or somebody that commits robbery, it's saying he's afraid that if he's caught, he's going to be punished, or if he's caught, he's going to be sent to prison. Of course, if you're caught, you're going to be sent to prison because there is that what you're doing, there is a law that clearly speaks against it. And so if you go ahead to do it, then you're going to be at the wrong side of the law. But so if you really need help, what you will come is that you'll go for a rehabilitation system or reorientation system or a new educational exposure, so that what you believe, what you thought was right, you realize that it's not true.
Anybody who is engaged in an illegal activity should be afraid of the law.
Yeah.
Don't you? Then there will be no essence of law. But let's be clear about this. The United States in 2021 remains the most dangerous place for homosexuals. As of June 2021, an independent story, a story run by the Independent.
Sir, this is not about the United States. This is about Ghana. This is about Ghana.
Homicide.
This is about Ghana, so I want to focus on Ghana, sir. Hang on. Let me ask the question. Let me ask you the question, sir. This is about Ghana. You are, as part of this bill, legalizing conversion therapy, which UN experts consider torture. Do you believe that homosexuality can be medically treated?
Well, tell me how individuals who are born men and decide to become women.
That's not an answer. Do you believe that people can be cured of homosexuality by some sort of treatment? I apologize. We appear to have lost the MP, Sam George. The connection is not.
Well, the question that he's asking, Sam George, I think it's very clear. It's obvious that it's a distortion for a man to be attracted to his fellow man is obviously a distortion from the law of nature, from the way things has been since the beginning of creation of the universe. We don't see in nature that a male figure constantly being attracted to other male figure. If you see something like that, it's a perversion, it's an abnormality, it's something out of the different. And so how do we treat distortion? How do we, if somebody wakes up today and says like, I feel like I find a lot of joy in killing people, obviously that's a distortion, that's an abnormality, because ordinary people don't go about trying to kill other people. And so when you find somebody that constantly have joy in terms of tormenting people, there is a system of rehabilitation and reorientation for them. In the same way, if somebody feels like they find themselves attracted to men, it might be a genuine problem. It might be a genuine problem, and then there has to be a rehabilitation system for them to reorient their mind and to let them know that that is not how things are supposed to be. But if you don't think it can be diagnosed as a medical issue and be treated, or a psychological issue and be treated, then how do you expect us to get rid of that abnormality in our society? So definitely we should diagnose it. We should expose them to a new system of education, reorient their minds, and then give them opportunity to gradually grow back into the society. And what some judge was saying, the fact that comparing in terms of contrasting the US data with Ghanaian data, and then the journalist is saying it's not about US. The US is the main propagator of LGBTQ plus community in terms of the African continent. And the most scary thing about the LGBTQ plus community is not the fact that they are lesbians, they're gay. It's the plus that is added to that, LGBTQ plus. It means that it's not limited. It doesn't end. It means the next day somebody can wake up and say, well, I'm sexually attracted to my mother, and we have to create a room for them, and then the door of absurdity will continue, and we'll keep fooling ourselves until the whole human race is probably destroyed or something. So thumbs up to some George for such a wonderful and amazing discussion. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment what you think. Thank you.